Magi Madoka was an ordinary high school girl, until one day when she had a nightmare when she was asleep in her bed at night at the end of the day. She dreamt of walking through a large empty building, and there were large noises around her. Finding a stair to the outside, she followed it and saw a shocking discovery. A giant, half-naked woman was floating upside down above the city. But what was more shocking was that she was raining sperm and destruction everywhere from her gigantic skyscraper-sized girl cock. Madoka was frightened, as she had never seen a girl cock before, let alone one the size of this that was ejaculating everywhere. The stench of the semen was overpowering, and Madoka began to feel faint. Then, she saw a slightly less shocking sight. There was a normal girl flying around near the big girl, except the normal girl was also jerking her dick while flying about and ejaculating towards the big girl. Madoka realized that the giant's ejaculations were being targeted at the small girl, who was nimbly dodging them while shooting back at it. She saw the forceful ejaculations knock down buildings as they flew past the girl. Madoka did not know that she was watching an intense battle between magical girls.
"It can't be helped,"
said a little furry cat-like creature sitting near where Madoka was.
"She can't handle this alone."
As it said this, the giant suddenly shot at the girl with such speed that she was unable to dodge in time and took the full brunt of the explosive attack and was slammed into the tree in the sky. Murdoch could have sworn that she saw the small girl's girl cock twitch as the girl looked towards her and went to say something, but she was too far away to be heard.
"You can stop this destruction,"
said the cat thing.
"You alone have the power to change fate."
The small girl fell from the tree down into the pool of semen below.
"Contract with me and become a magical dick girl."
Murakon woke up in her bed in the morning when she would normally wake up. She had a strange dream but could not remember what it was about, so she shook her head and decided to have to brush her teeth with her mother in her bathroom, which was her morning routine in the mornings, but first would have to wake her up as she sleeps in. Her mother told her she would have to wear a pink ribbon to look cuter, as if it fit in with her pink hair, and Midas said it was okay, and wore it, and liked it, and went to school after having breakfast with her family. On her way to school, Michelle met with her friends Sayaka and Hitomi, who were also going to school along the same way. Sayaka said that the ribbon was cute, and accused Mitsumeet of being a slut and appealing to the boys, and began molesting her, as she was so jealous and wanted to ruin her for marriage. Hitomi, who was a fierce, fundamentalist Christian, told that the two girls couldn't do that, and ran away to school by herself. After Sayaka had thoroughly examined Mulder for traces of sexual activity, they followed her and went into the classroom. When in class, Mondo was daydreaming while the teacher inappropriately talked about how her boyfriend left her because she couldn't even cook eggs. Suddenly, there was a transfer student. It was none other than the small dick girl that Minnie saw in her dream that morning. The girl introduced herself as Home Run Akemi with a quiet voice and deadpan expression. Then she said she was not feeling well and wanted to go to the nurse. She walked right up to Macbeth and asked her to take her, since Mum was a class representative, but Home Run had no way of knowing about that, but Mick wanted to know what was going on, so she went. In the hallways outside of the class, Mary tried to make small talk with Home Run, but to no avail, as Home Run would brush her off for questions, and also looked quite uncomfortable. When they were alone in the hallway, Home Run suddenly asked her if she liked her normal life. When Mabel said that she did, Home Run said that if she valued her normal life, she should not become anyone else, and then left, and Mordred did not know what she meant. After school that day, Madonna went to the shopping center with Sayaka and Christfag, and they talked about the dream she had, and the others accused Meg of having lesbian wet dreams, and laughed at her. Christfag went home because she was disgusted by the amoral antics of her gay friends, and Sayaka and Meyer went to listen to music. Monica put on some headphones and heard a voice saying,
"Monica, please help me."
And she thought this was a pretty crazy album and took the headphones off to check it out, but then heard the voice again saying,
"Monica, help!"
and decided to follow the voice in her head somehow. Miriam left the music store and explored the building and ignored blatant safety warnings to enter an under-construction area, where she had then found the cat thing from her dreams lying wounded on the ground with a bleeding bottom and picked it up.
"Monica, save me!"
said the thing, and when Matthew looked up, she saw Home Run standing in front of her, in bizarre cosplay and with her erect girl cock pointing out from below her skirt. Home Run told Maverick to leave the animal and go home while walking towards her, but Mona refused to let the animal go because it was hurt. Home Run stood there, staring at Merrick for a while as her cute girl cock twitched only a few inches from Michigan's face, when suddenly a gust of exploding fireman thing blew Home Run back. Sayaka was standing there determined to protect her lesbian lover from this monster, and Melvin ran towards her and they escaped together. Suddenly, the building around them changed and they could not see the exit. They were in a place like nothing they had seen before, with strange pieces of cardboard landscape everywhere. Suddenly, from over a cardboard hill, Malik noticed something moving towards them. It was a large, walking penis with a mustache, and there were dozens of them all around in every direction. Penises circled them and began closing in, when suddenly, there was a bright light, and they disappeared. Saying not to worry, a girl suddenly appeared behind them with blonde drill hair and large breasts. She thanked them for saving Kyubei, who was a cat thing, and they noticed that they had the same clothes as her, so they were from the same school, as she was their Sugoi senpai Chan-san. Marmaduke asked who she was, when suddenly more penises began appearing, and Drill Tits told them she had to take care of something first, and suddenly transformed into a costume, where her large erect girl cock was fully visible. As she jumped into the air, hundreds of tiny girl cocks appeared behind her, and all ejaculated in tandem, raining sperm down on the penises below. Suddenly, the world returned to normal, and Home Run appeared in front of the girls, still exposing her girl cock. Drill Tits told her that the witch had left, but Home Run said she was not interested in that, as she looked to Madoka with a twitch. Drill Tits told her that she meant that she would let her go. Millie understood in the following silence that this was a battle of girl cocks. While Home Run and Drill Tits stared each other down, their girl cocks stared the others' down as well. Drill Tits' girl cock was large and vulgar like her breasts, while Home Run's was smaller and cuter, but much harder. With one final twitch, Home Run looked to Murika before leaving. With Home Run gone, the girls laid down a mat and Drill Tits carefully rubbed her girl cock against Kyubey. As the pre-cum dripped out with a bright glow, Kyubey's wounds were healed.
Thank you, Mommy,
he said to Drill Tits, and Drill Tits told him to thank the other girls.
That's right, Kununame Madoka and Mikisaya,
said Kyubey.
I came here to ask you two for help.
The girls asked what he meant, and Kyubey answered,
I want you to form a contract with me and become magical dick girls.
To be continued.